Welcome to episode 1 of the Next Question podcast at the all-new Maxwell Studios. And Pat, I think it made perfect sense for our first guest to be at the homeowners building. And I'll let you do the introduction.
We asked for other people, but they couldn't be here today, so we got Lauren instead. Lauren Maxwell, not only do you own the building, I've heard you own the block, but this building's phenomenal. This is amazing to be sitting in here in your podcast studio for the first one ever. I cannot believe it. Thank you for letting us use this studio. And what do you think?
I think it's exciting. I can't wait to see it air, so I'll let you know more after the show.
If you get chilly, we have blankets back there too. So let me know. The air is cranking in here right now. It is freaking freezing. Hace frío, as we say in the Hispanic community that Lauren's trying to really tap into.
We even got lobster rolls for the first episode.
We do.
Our girl's from Boston, so we had to step it up. Yeah, man, no celery, no onions, by the way, for those paying attention at home.
I noticed, Pat. Talk about this, putting in the podcast studio in your building. What vision and ideas do you have?
Well, I was never actually looking to buy a building. I just want to make sure everybody knows this. I was very happy in the same parking lot. I was there for 12 years. It was a beautiful area. And I got a phone call one day from a real estate agent who said, "Do you know the building is for sale?" And shockingly, it was not Pat Dearborn who called me. I couldn't believe it.
Or Ricky Haas.
Where did you do your research, Pat?
Or the other 9,000 realtors.
Anyway, I came to look at it, and I just knew it was going to be mine. From the second I walked in, I did have a vision. So what we did is we made our Maxwell Home Mortgage team upstairs, partially downstairs as well. We built a speakeasy lunch and learn room, and now we're sitting here in our podcast room, our green room, and I'm excited. So ChatGPT and I are very close friends. My ChatGPT is Scarlett, and when I get a vision of a picture, wherever I see it, I input it, and then we designed this together. And along with, I had a wonderful builder who helped make my visions come true, along with my husband, who even hung my signage. So it was a group effort, and I am the idea person, and then I have wonderful people around me that make it happen.
That's awesome. So this is, for the record, the first official, this is you with a microphone for the first time downstairs in your building, correct?
Maxwell Studios, here we come.
Wow. And you've already got a whole week full of stuff. What's coming up this week?
Wow. I have a Zoom training that I'm doing tomorrow for a large group of agents. And then Wednesday, I am having 40 people for a women's event in my new lunch and learn room. Wow. And then Thursday, I have another big real estate agent. We're doing a training of how to read a closing disclosure. Yeah. Yep. So
Ricky needs to be there for that. His paperwork is iffy at best. I'm just telling you right
Ricky, are you in town that day?
Well,
two words for Ricky. 2 words describe Ricky Haas's paperwork: legal action. So be ready for that, Ricky. Come on, you better be there.
What I'm trying to say is that the nice thing about this room is I go to different places where people want me to be, but people come from Fort Myers. They don't want to go downtown. They come from downtown. They don't want to go to Bonita. I'm kind of in a central location. So with agents I do work with, I'm happy to host events here. And we can comfortably hold 50 people and still have room for food, eating. And it's more of in a living room feel. I don't have tables set up like you're actually in a conference room. So I'm hoping that people are going to love it. And this way, I'll still travel to you if you call me. I'm happy to. But it will be nice that I can host you here. And it's very upscale. I have people calling me for political events, people calling me for a lot of different events other than politics as well. But you can use this, and it's just, again, it's a high-end speakeasy. Come and see it, and you'll see for yourself.
No,
Pat, for the first time ever, can we say it? Next question.
Very blessed to be doing our, podcast here. Obviously, everything you do is top-notch. But Pat mentioned he was joking with the Spanish, but what percentage of your employees are Spanish or speak Spanish as well?
Well, over 90%.
90%, wow.
Yeah, I have
Como se
about
llama?
68 employees, and 58 to 60 of them are all bilingual.
Why is that important?
It's how I grew my business back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Yes, most of you were not born, who are probably listening to this. except for Pat Dearborn. Anyway, I started my business and I did a lot of business in Naples Manor. And I had a Spanish real estate agent who would translate, and I had a Haitian real estate agent who would translate. We didn't have computers back then when we did mortgages. I would be working in a trailer after 6 o'clock at night taking handwritten applications. Everybody was translating for me, but I was the only person who knew how to do FHA loans. And more important, I really wanted to help clients get into a home. It wasn't just about writing a mortgage. It was actually educating the clients how to purchase, even if they weren't ready today. And believe it or not, that's still a lot of my business today. Yes, I'm happy to take, somebody's $30 million client. I'm happy to. Pat's $2 million deals. But I'm also just as passionate about my $300,000 deals or even my $200,000 condos and manufactured homes. Hey, Ricky and I have had some really tough clients where they're older. It's their first home. They can afford $250,000, $300,000. He actually has to go there and pick up all of their paperwork for them, and he does a great job.
Ricky's the first person, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, Ricky Haas is the first person, I think, in Florida history to actually do a transaction of any type of dollar amount in all 67 counties of Florida.
That is absolutely true.
That's never been done before.
No.
And some of them were as low as $20,000 for a cardboard box. But Ricky
will travel if
Ricky
there's
will
anything for sale.
travel.
One time way back, I saw Ricky kicking.
He's hit more counties than Byron Donalds.
Oh my gosh, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
The next governor of Florida.
Yeah.
One day I saw Ricky kicking a can down the street. I said, Ricky, what are you doing? He said, moving. I said, okay, cool. Love Ricky Haas. Love Ricky Haas. But Lauren, all joking aside, and I am going to get serious, I think I'll be cutting up on more shows with more guests. And I want to cut up so bad with you and tell funny stories about you and Dan and your 17 ex-husbands. But all joking aside, every time you walk in, I was just watching you when we walked in and they were filming you walking in through your new speakeasy, which the place is freaking amazing. Everybody's already talking about it. People are already calling you, wanting to come by and like rent it out.
Yep.
But every time you walk in stature, you're arguably the smallest person literally walking into the room. Every time you walk in and you're just telling the stories about you had a Haitian agent that interpreted for you, you had an Hispanic agent. And I've seen you firsthand. I've seen the best of you. I've seen the worst of you. And I can tell you right now, you genuinely love to help people out. Yes, you make money, but I can tell you right now, I've been around you a long time. Making money and how much you make is not what makes you tick. What makes you tick is giving it, donating it, helping others. And then when you want to do something right, you do it to the nines. This room right now is probably about half the size of your walk-in closet. And I can honestly tell you from the flooring to the wood trim, it's nicer than any room Pat and I have at our houses. And this is just your little podcast studio. And they haven't even seen upstairs. Upstairs is insane. So how much more business, tiny little lady with the big heart, are you going to do now with this new building? As you said, you're the epicenter in Freedom Town, USA. How much more business do you expect you're going to do now because of this building?
Do you know I've never been asked that question?
Of course you haven't. This is the greatest podcast interviewer of all time. Next question.
I don't do things like that about money or what I'm going to have for my next business. I do it because I wanted to. I love it. And I'm so fortunate that after 39 years of being in the business that I can. But I have no idea. So if you ask me in 6 months, I'll let you know if my business has increased. But I'm so grateful just every day when I come to work that I have more contracts and more pre-approvals and clients calling me and meeting new people. So if it brings in more business, terrific. But that was not my ultimate goal. But I'm ready for it. You guys call me anytime.
Well, Pat just signed a big sigh of release. So I'm glad you don't care about making money. So if we don't turn a profit with our show, you're going to be okay with that. Good. Thanks for floating us for six or 7 years. Cool. I love that. Thank you so much.
I was thinking 6 or 7 shows.
You can make
okay.
checks payable to Pat Jira Foundation Fund. Let's talk about your husband, Dan Kowal, who, by the way, the last time we did a little promo, I'm sitting here singing your praises, and Pat Jira jumps up and says, how about a shout out to Dan Kowal? And I know you always give him praise. He was instrumental in
every
a lot
time
of
I
this
came
stuff.
in here, he was doing something in here.
So let's not delve into the fact that Dan and I didn't like each other and we were jealous of each other over you. But that's an awkward conversation because now Dan and I are good friends. But all joking aside, tell everybody why Dan is the greatest husband ever.
Dan he's not just a great husband. He's a great dad. He's a great friend. He's a great commissioner because Dan only gives and does from his heart. He has no ulterior motive. He does not have an ego when people will talk and feel differently. He doesn't take things personally. He really wants to make other people happy. I'll just give you a quick example. We don't normally take long trips. We're going to Europe. We're taking my parents on their 60th wedding anniversary. My daughter's going to be 17. Dan's going to be 60. Anyway, we get off the boat. My parents and my daughter and her girlfriend are flying home. He's planned a trip for 4 or 5 days going down to Europe, all over Italy before we get to Greece. And he has this whole thing planned. And I said to him today, hey, listen, make sure we're staying in one spot when we land because I need to work that day. Like all day, I just want to be at a hotel. He's like, babe, I've already planned the whole trip. And I'm like, yeah, but I really need to work. And that was all I said. And I just got a text from an hour ago. Hey, honey, I rearranged our whole schedule. We'll be at the hotel all day.
What a good man.
And I'm like, thanks so much. He goes, anything for you, babe. So anyway, he really wants to make people happy. Don't,
good man.
He doesn't do it. It's not a weakness. He does it because he wants to be good to people and he listens.
He does it because he loves you with all of his heart too. You guys are a great connection.
For those that don't know, you want to talk about how you guys met?
Yeah.
It's so classy. I mean, it was the classiest place ever.
Yeah.
We met at Burns Cigar Bar 14, almost 15 years ago.
The girls in the audience some hope. They're a burn every weekend. Wow.
All right, let me tell you something.
Before
my husband, greatest husband ever, I had another boyfriend from there that I was with for about 2 years. So I like Burn, okay? If you meet people and you're not drunk when you meet them, you have a much better chance of being with that person. Because if you're not drunk, you're not going to want to be with somebody who's drunk. So if you're sober, you might meet an actual normal person. Just food for thought, ladies. Okay. So I had a great time at Burn, and I had a great time actually being single in Florida as well. I was single here for a long time. So if you walk into a room feeling and thinking that the world is your oyster, it might just be.
Yeah, so was Ricky for the longest time, and now he's off the market too. So
poor Ricky.
Last week it was on Facebook.
It's unofficial, so it's
Must be.
He has a beautiful new girlfriend. I saw that. I haven't met her yet, but I saw it.
Yeah.
And Ricky, for some reason, I didn't pay attention, but somewhere along the line, the last couple of months, Ricky switched from like regular jeans to skinny jeans, and they're very tight. But they look good on you. They look good. They look good on you.
The one thing you'll never see Dan Kowal in
skinny jeans
is the skinny jeans.
But has his dress changed a little bit? A little bit?
Since he's lost about 25 pounds over the past year or two, yes, he's now, because his pants would all fall down on him. So I'm like, babe, so they're not skinny jeans, but they're a little tighter. He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. He works out big arms.
Yeah.
Love Dan Kowal.
And then
I see him wearing weighted vests and goated golf shirts. I mean, wow, somebody's having a very good positive impact on his dress code.
Must be Pat Dearborn. Oh, hi, Pat.
Speaking of which, talk about how you met Patrick Dearborn.
We met at Noodles. There was some real estate event.
It's a Latin night.
It was a happy hour, and of course, I was
one of the few white guys that could dance, actually. So
it was not at night, and it was not a Latin event. It was a happy hour, and I was probably one of the few people in Naples who did not know Pat Dearborn.
Wow! And what year is this?
Oh my gosh!
1991.
No. When did you move here?
03, probably 05.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys instantly click?
No, he was so cocky.
Well, he still
is. We didn't, but he came up to me and I kind of didn't pay attention. So, with Pat, you play hard to get and he wants to be your friend, right? And then we gradually became friends just from seeing each other at events, right? And then we started to do I think I did his mortgage. And so then.
Multiple mortgages. Yeah. She actually got my credit. Listen, when I first met Lauren, my credit, like a lot of people, 09, that crash happened, 07, 08, 09. I don't care who you were in this town. Everybody took a bite of that shit sandwich. And Lauren got me on the path and she said, do this, this, and this. And you end up helping me get qualified. And I bought the house in Riverstone and never looked back. So I listened to Lauren, and I'm telling you right now, she can seem demanding sometimes, but when Lauren I tell all my clients, if you use Lauren, she will tell you exactly what to do exactly what she tells you to do, and you'll have zero issues. It'll be the smoothest closing you've ever heard. She'll never bump you right up at the last minute. She won't throw fees on you like other people do. Lauren makes it so straight and arrow and by the book. She made it really easy. And you got me back on the path. I mean, me and Lisa and my family. So I've never said this publicly, but I want to thank you for that, because now that I'm a multi-millionaire, I owe it all to Lauren Maxwell. Next question.
Make money move.
I know the couple people I sent you, you did an amazing job for them too. And great thing about Lauren is you always know where you stand with Lauren too.
She loves AI photos. So when you do an AI photo of her, she loves that. And she was just singing Pat's praises because Pat did a mock-up AI thing. So she's very complimentary. Lauren will tell you exactly.
We'll tell you exactly, you know, where you stand. Yeah.
I love that.
It's much better to be that way. I actually had a vendor who I had known for years and I had given business to for so many years. And very rare, if anybody knows me, I don't ask people for money. I don't ask people to sponsor things. I'm normally the one who's doing it. And I had asked this person a few years ago. I had asked this person a few years ago to sponsor something. It wasn't a lot, and maybe $500, and it was with a big company, and they said no. So I've never used him again. But he just walked in here, and then Sandra, one of my friends, is like, "Is something wrong? I've never seen you be cold to somebody like that." And I said, I wasn't cold. I just wasn't overly warm. Like I was going to give him business or give him a hug. I can't fake it. I don't know how to fake it. I'm not going to be mean. I'm never going to be mean, but I'm not going to be, normally when I see you, I hug you. I have a big smile, and I was not. And she knew. And I told her the story. So I can't fake it. I'm sorry. I can't fake it to my kids.
I love that about
If I'm
her,
mad, you're probably going to know. Pat put an AI photo. I didn't see. When I sent it to me, I didn't have my glasses on. I'm like, okay, sure. And then all of a sudden my text started rolling in, including my son going, what the heck is that picture? So I looked at it. I'm like, I look like a man. So I yelled at these two. I didn't know who did it. I go, what are you guys? Why do we need AI? We're all good looking people. Why do you need AI? So anyway, that's why he was teasing me about.
For those who don't know, remember the one Seinfeld show when Elaine had her photos taken? There was a nip hanging out. We had a nipple hanging out.
No, you didn't. But I did look like a man in this.
You did not look like a man. I love how real she is. And look, let's just cut to the chase right now. I'm so thankful that we got a guy sitting just to our right. It's a miracle that this guy's sitting next to us right now, and just thankful for that. But Pat, you always told me what you just went through. You saw who was real, who wasn't real.
Yeah.
And this person in the red is real as they come.
As real, and her husband, Commissioner Kowal, because, you know, and he's in politics too, and he still, you know, stood by me, reached out and supported. But
and don't run.
Yourself and Lauren, I mean, just so blessed for the community support. And I know you were checking up with my sister, how I was doing, and that just means the world to me. And speaking of community, I mean, I don't think anyone does more for the community than Lauren. I know you hate when we talk about it.
Not a contest, but no one does.
No one does. And I hear stories all the time that you do stuff like behind the scenes and tell the people that don't mention my name. I don't want my, get credit for this. So, but just absolutely this. We can talk about how great this community is of Southwest Florida. And Pat, you do so much for the community as well. I mean.
Yeah, but again, it's not a contest, but you're 100% right. Whether she wants us to talk about it or not, her heart, again, small little stature, little petite little thing, walked into a room, always has the biggest heart, always has the biggest pair of cojones. She's not scared to tell it like it is. And I love that about her, man. We've become really close friends. And I got to tell one little
Your
story.
best friends, right?
We Lauren is couples.
We had one falling out. If we hadn't had a 2-year falling out, I actually talked about.
Who was at fault for that falling out?
I would have been hers. I would have been a bridesmaid. I literally asked, I said, when you get married, I want to be a bridesmaid in her bridal shower. And I wasn't even kidding. She said, okay, you will be. Then we had a falling out. And then
they weren't invited to the wedding.
No.
So we tease them all the time.
To this day, I'll bring up a joke. I'll be like, remember how much fun we had? Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't get invited to the wedding.
You must have really did something messed up.
But I got to tell one little story that it's going to encapsulate exactly who Lauren and Dan and me and Lisa are. Lauren and I, we don't break laws and rules, but we don't like to follow dumb things, right? Like when the pandemic hit, Lauren Maxwell and Pat Dearborn were not walking down the aisles of Publix following the green arrows. We weren't. we go for bike rides sometimes with Lauren and Dan and me and Lisa. And sometimes Phoenix, her amazing grandson, who's freaking awesome. So we'll go for e-bike rides and we'll go 20 miles, 25 miles in a day. And whenever there's a light and there's no traffic coming for miles, me and Dan stops, hits the little thing. Lauren just goes. And Dan gets so pissed off, but that's who she is. Me and Lauren take off. Lisa and Dan are the rule followers, and they're sitting there waiting for the thing. Lauren is literally a quarter mile, and Dan's going, Lauren, Lauren. She don't listen to me.
Great,
Lauren.
great person.
Big arms all flexed up. So it's just hilarious to see because they love each other. But Lauren's going to do what Lauren's going to do. Period. End of story. Next question.
We always like that one.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a tough time being told what to do. Yeah. I just like my horns go up or something. I don't know what it is. Be nice to me. If you ask me, I'll probably do it. If you tell me, there's just something, I don't know. Listen, in my next life, I'll be really easygoing, but I just don't like to be told what to do. And I don't like to be yelled at.
And your next life, will you be skinny too?
At you.
And I like to be skinny.
In her next life, she's going to be super skinny next time. This girl is so crazy like that. It cracks me up. Lauren, I have a serious question to ask you. How have grandchildren, because you now have 4 amazing grandchildren, has that changed you at all?
I don't know if it's changed me, but what it's done is on my Sundays or whatever day I'm with them, I am way more chill. I'll put my phone down. I don't take it out of my purse other than when Phoenix goes through my purse because he wants to play on it. But I don't care who's texting me or calling me. So I really try to give them my full attention. So if that's changed me a little, I don't do that often, but I really don't even look at my phone. They came over for dinner last night. I can't even tell you where my phone was. So that's really sweet because, awesome. Obviously, you want to be all in with your grandbabies. It's very sweet.
As somebody who doesn't like authority and doesn't like to play by the rules, when the grandkids act up, who steps in? Is it you or is it Papa Dan?
Papa Dan. It's actually, out of them, it's only Phoenix who's a little wild. The twins are so easy. So Dan will have a little more of a stern voice. And then Phoenix comes and runs to me and tells me that Papa yelled at him. I go, "What'd you do?" And he goes, "Well, I hit Kane in the face." I'm like, "Well, I'm like, all right, well, I can't give you a gummy bear for at least 10 more minutes."
She is so bad. She spoils these kids, dude. I'm just telling you right now. It's hilarious to watch. Yeah. And Lauren will definitely crack. As they get older, Lauren is going to hold them. She held her kids to a high standard. I just got to see Montana perform. I've seen her perform before on video and even once at a house. I got to go to the Salvation Army and they put on a free concert there. And Montana is just, I knew Montana since she was about this big. When I first met Lauren, I got to meet her over in Avellino Isles at the pool. And to see her now becoming a senior, she's going to her senior year of high school. She performed just phenomenal. I don't even know who she is, a famous composer, Tchaikovsky?
Yes, Tchaikovsky.
Like a 7-minute song. And it was a song like you've heard on commercials. And she's just going, and I'm just blown away. And she's wearing a dress. I go, her dress is beautiful. Lauren goes, "That's my dress." So mom and her 16-year-old daughter were the same size. But Lauren has raised her kids. She's not easy on them. Hunter and Lexi can attest to that. Montana can attest to that. And I guarantee you when Phoenix and them get a little bit older, you're going to have to crack down a little bit because Phoenix is going to be out of control.
It might be. My daughter.
He's a Pat Dearborn at your group.
My daughter has 4 children, and Phoenix is a combination of a Lauren Maxwell and a Pat Dearborn. That's all I can say.
Wow.
He walks into a room and he wants to be known. So he is pretty amazing.
Wow. Jay Campbell's rolling in. Casual Mondays.
Big money in the building.
But as far as my older children, I am very proud of them. And they are solid, kind, unpresumptuous children who, if you had met them, you would never know they had anything. They're just regular. They're just amazing kids.
And that's your family, though. I'm sitting there behind your dad. Your dad's in his 80s. And your dad still works. Your mom still works. Your dad still, activity-wise, he golfs.
No, my
I'm sorry.
parents are 80 and 83. They still play pickleball, tennis. They're both life masters in bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So-
unbelievable. So you see where you get that drive. And I've been blessed to get really close with your family. We joke and all that stuff, but you are family to me. And I do feel blessed that you let this crazy wild guy in your life to be part of your family. But you know, I love your family. But when I see that dynamic, I just told you the other day how blessed we went to dinner the other night. And I said, do you really, really grasp the blessings that you have? Forget the money, forget the buildings, forget the cars and everything that you get to do and you do for others. Do you truly go to bed at night and wake up in the morning feeling blessed? Not that you're in a huge house in Gray Oaks and you drive a Rolls Royce.
Stop.
Do you feel, I'm being serious, do you feel blessed that you got your whole family? Your son works with you. You work with your daughter. She does an amazing job, has an amazing family. Montana is beyond exemplary in everything she does. She's a great kid. Other than one bad grandson, Phoenix, who's going to be a terror, you got a great family. But my point is, no one has all that. I don't have what you have, family-wise, and we talk about that. Do you feel, is that the big, do you look at that as the biggest blessing in your life?
It is such a blessing. And going back again, I don't care about all that other stuff because when everybody else lost,
Good, I want to borrow the Rolls Royce
in
then.
2007, I lost everything as well. I mean, I went from being a successful mortgage banker and living that way to all of a sudden overnight, I lost everything. So for those of you who don't understand, like I lost it all just like everybody else. I started from scratch. For me, it was the summer of 07 is where my world fell apart, where I had left companies because the one I had just was with for 13 years went bankrupt and every company was imploding. So then I went to a new company. I was all excited because I was still doing loans. And 2 weeks after I had spent all this money on equipment, setting everything up, an email came and it said, "It is with heavy hearts that we now have no more money." I mean, every company was imploding. So I was a single mom at that time. I had to sell my house. I had to change my lifestyle. I had 2 cars then. I got rid of one. I mean, everything changed overnight for me. And not only was I a single mom, I was also the sole supporter. So I did all that. I moved into a nice condo in Avellino and I said, you know what? I'm going to be happy. I'll close 3 or 4 loans a month. I had to go work for a bank. Talk about it was terrible, but you had no choice. It was one bank who was lending money in the mortgage world. So I had my parents then. We had our health. I didn't have Montana then. She wasn't born yet. I had Lexi and Hunter. I've always been so blessed. So really, I acclimated and I was going to be totally fine to have nothing other than a roof over my head and to do a lot less business. Money does not make me happy. I still had a great life. Money again. And when I did that, I never said, okay, I'm going to go and I want to build this business so I can do this much now. And, I need to make this. Nothing was farther from the truth. So the fact where I'm at today, I do pinch myself every morning when I walk my dogs. I'm like, I am so lucky just to, live in my beautiful home. But I was fine before and I was happy before and I was still blessed before. Like, we're so lucky because we haven't had illness. I mean, there's just a lot of things we're blessed. And if God forbid, this is on air, if God forbid I die tomorrow, I will absolutely rest in peace because I know I have raised the most amazing 3 kids and they are going to be fine and they're going to be able to tell stories about me for the rest of their life and laugh. So they should all have comedian shows because I've given them plenty of things to laugh at. But I really mean that.
So
Speaking of things to laugh at, can you tell us a funny Pat Dearborn traveling story?
Because me for
I get all these videos when he, goes places. So what's it like traveling with Pat?
Traveling with Pat is a funny story. All right,
is there like one that sticks out?
What's wrong with y'all?
Because there was a cold plunge.
She gets all emotional and deep and spiritual, and then you gotta go like that. Come on, man.
I don't know. Pat is funny. Him walking is funny. Wherever we go, there's something that happens, and he's always the life of the party. I mean, if you walk, you don't walk weird. Yeah, they just. But I can tell you,
I got a bug hanging. What's wrong?
Traveling with Pat and Lisa,
and
Danny and I, he's more mellow. It's really great because we're in a very different situation. Whether we go to Boston together, we go to Nantucket. I made them go to Nantucket and we flew home in a plane that barely flew.
Awesome.
We were laughing, but we do long bike rides together. I mean, so they're like, we are chill. We're not the same. Like, you know, we wear shorts and t-shirts. So it's nice. And his wife, of course, I call her Saint Lisa. She is just the most amazing lady. Has become such a good friend. And we all laugh together and have so much fun because we tease, whether we're teasing about Pat or teasing about me or teasing about Dan. We don't really have to tease about Lisa because she has nothing to laugh at. She's just super solid.
She gets picked on the least amount for sure. They are fun. It's just weird in life. We are 4 distinct personalities, and yet we just kind of gel together. I just like real people. I'm going back to what you said earlier, and just to backtrack for a second, you were talking about spirituality and how blessed you felt. You were starting to sound a little bit Jesus-y, so I'm just going to warn you now.
My gosh.
She doesn't want to get too Jesus-y on the air, so just tone it down a little bit. Don't get too Jesus-y. That's an inside joke.
That's a second.
My girl's
that's
come a long way
2.
spiritually. She's awesome. She's still the Jewish hammer, but she's getting more spiritual and Jesus-y by the day. But I have one story in particular that our first time ever going to Georgia. Well, sidebar. If you ever want to get Lauren pissed off, post a picture like AI that she doesn't look good in or doesn't look like her. If you really want to piss her off.
Yeah.
Any of her enemies out there, I don't think Lauren has any enemies, but go back through Facebook memories and pull up some photos of her like 6-7 years ago.
Even 4 years ago.
And I'm not going to lie. This is for the record. And Dan Cowell, all due respect, I always thought Lauren was hot. I did. The day I walked up to her at Noodles, I'm like, Matt, who's that hot chick over there talking to that guy in that booth? And it was Lauren Maxwell. I didn't know she was chunky. She looked hot to me. Like, I don't know. I just thought she was good. But now when these photos pop up, it's crazy because her and I'll just send them to her. I don't share them on Facebook anymore because my face looks like I swallowed a whole pizza's whole. But it's just wild that I always thought Lauren was hot. And now you're this little petite little thing and you're getting better with age. And Lauren, you said before, God forbid if I die. I'm going to tell you right now, with everybody in the room and this live studio audience, thank them for being not heckling us so far. I think you're going to be the last one standing because you're going to figure out the way like Walt Disney did. You're going to do the cryo chamber and get frozen so you can live like forever.
I don't want to live forever.
Oh, okay.
How's that? Okay. I want to go out when I'm done. That being said, I was little. I mean, I have pictures of myself even when at my son's high school graduation, and then which was right after Montana was born. And then all of a sudden, after I got married, you gain 5 pounds a year. And guess what? 5 years later, all of a sudden you're 25 pounds overweight. 25 pounds on somebody my size at 5'1". I'm not 5'6". I'm not 5'10". I look like I ate a hippo. Okay. I didn't know. And I still yell at my friends and my kids and my parents. Why didn't you tell me I look like that? They said, I didn't notice either. I mean, now that I've lost the weight. So one morning I woke up. And this was when Danny was running right after he was finished running for office. And I go, oh my God, Danny are fat and I am fat. And we're both going on diets now. I can't stand this anymore. And literally that's what happened. And I'm going to say on air, I'm going to thank Jen Mitchell.
Wow.
Because I was having breakfast with Jen Mitchell. And Dan,
sponsor of the podcast.
Dan was listening to all these people saying negative things about her, and she was a client and a friend, and I just knew she wasn't like that, and it really bothered me.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to meet her firsthand, so I set up a breakfast meeting before we had to go vote because I didn't. All right, this is real, and she looked so great. And I said, what are you on? And she told me she's going to New Viva, and she gave me her plan. And before I left breakfast, I texted them. I set up an appointment, and we went the next day. And I want to thank them because I really never want to be above 101 pounds ever again. And you guys have helped me. I think when I weighed in there the first time, I was 132 pounds. I'm happy at 106, but I really like being 101. I'm only 5'1", so this isn't anorexia. I've never been too skinny. But I owe them everything. So when anybody asks me, I don't keep it a secret. I say, you want to meet these guys? So I text them with the Delaney's on a group text. I go, hey, help my friend, whoever it is, help Sue, help Lisa. They want the Lauren special. Get them on my program. And I love that.
I don't want to weigh 101 pounds. I'm just going to go on the record right now. 101 pounds won't look good on me.
I weigh myself every morning. And
speaking of a former chunky guy, I see some photos of Pat Jira. I mean, I don't know what he was doing, but that guy was knocking down soda pops and ice cream and Outback Steakhouses by the pound, dude. There was a chunky Pat Jira back in the day.
Yeah.
I've seen some photos. At one point, Larry Wilcoxon looked skinny sitting next to you.
I don't know about that.
No, he did.
Listen, we all want to be healthy.
Mhm.
When you're
Yes.
thinner, it's
Want-
just a healthier
wanna feel
feeling. It
better,
really
yeah.
is. I feel so much better about everything. And of course, clothes fit better.
I know, but Lauren, I love you to death, but I'm going to tell you right now, I just can't. I've never been to a workout, to a gym with a person in my whole life whose number one goal, and she'll tell you right up front, I don't want to sweat. She has fired trainers. She goes, if I'm going to train with you. If you make me sweat, you're fired. She has literally fired trainers that make her sweat. She doesn't
that the
want to
point?
sweat at the
I
gym.
just want them to set up my seats for me. I don't know how to put on the weights.
It's called a
I don't-
personal assistant.
Okay, there we go.
Not a
Don't make
trainer.
me. So I'll do what I want to do. You just set it up for me and have it ready. There you go.
So
I don't
we
really
got
love
Ricky
the
Haas.
gym.
So Ricky Haas does that for us. He sets up our weights, and then Pat Jira hops on the rack machine. So
Actually, ladies, I hate the gym and I stopped going. So what I do every morning is I keep weights in front of a mirror and naked. This is what you do. You do squats with just bicep curls and squats. You do 50 a day. That's all I do now.
Hey,
And I feel like I have a workout and I'm happy. I get back in my clothes. You don't really sweat too much. But look in a mirror so you can see what body parts are actually working. That makes you want to keep going. You can see where your tushy is and you can see your bicep or your tricep. You can do them over your head. And I'm serious. And that's what I do in my
and you
mirror.
don't sweat.
And I don't sweat.
And
I
Dan-
get a little warm, but I don't
And
sweat.
Dan stands behind you and brushes your hair.
he does your yeah, right. That helps you with your hair and
helps you.
makeup.
I love Dan Cowell, man. Let me tell you something. The
Not
most
makeup, but
He's
hair.
on my Mount Rushmore.
the
for
gentle giant. That guy.
close out. I noticed you were on another podcast recently. She happens to be in the studio. Erin Lentz, the Unbreakable Mothers podcast.
They filmed that 3 years ago. That was an
Wow.
old
You know, there
thing.
was-
I'm like, wow.
There was a lot of moving parts in those couple months and
It's a
stuff.
great
So
interview. I love it.
talk about appearing on her podcast and what Erin does too, you know, in the community and as a single mom business owner.
I love that. Listen, I've been a single mom. I mean, most people I think have been single moms, not all, but there've been a lot of us. And I have girls who work for me now. Most of the girls who work for me who have kids are single moms, young girls. And I have to tell you, I give them a lot of credit because I always had a village. There are some of them, they don't even have their parents here. So they have to leave work, go home, get groceries, get their kids from daycare, bathe, do homework. Then they have their own stuff to do. I mean, never mind laundry and things like that. Then they have to get up and then they take their kids to daycare in the morning. I give them a lot of credit. I mean, I was a single mom, but I had a village. So I was able to have a housekeeper and I had parents here and I had older kids even when I had Montana. So doing all of that, it's exhausting. So when other people want to give them a hard time, oh, they didn't do this work or, they're lazy. Trust me, they're not lazy. I don't even know how they do it all. So shout out to all you single moms who work a full-time job and also raise your kids by yourself without a husband or the dad involved, because a couple of mine do not have the other partners involved at all. So God love them because it's a hard job.
Well, God love you. Thank you for this amazing opportunity.
This
to
is
be
an
our
unbreakable,
first guest.
mother right
That's
here.
the
Unbreakable
definition
business
of-
owner.
Yeah.
Unbreakable grandmother. And
La
just a,
la.
Unbreakable.
la.
La la.
Lauren, seriously, on behalf of all of us, me, Ricky, and Pat, thank you. You built this incredible podcast studio. We're blessed to make this our home base.
Yeah.
We hope this show catches on, and thank you for floating us for 7 years without showing a profit. And
No
we got-
interest.
We got that on tape, so thank you for that. All joking aside, you are the queen. You have a picture in your office. You are the empress. You are the queen. And that doesn't mean royalty. You never act like royalty. You act with class. You act with dignity. But
Always.
man, the biggest thing about you is you love helping other people. And you will say it to their face. That's what a real friend does. We talk about it in our men's group. A real friend, if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, they call you out and say, you shouldn't be doing that. You've held me accountable for that for years, and I've disappointed you a few times, but yet we kind of came back full circle. And I want to thank you for always kind of holding me accountable for stuff. And I thank you for your friendship, and I love you being the first guest ever on this show. We may only last 2 or 3 episodes, but at least you were the first.
I think we're filming 3 today.
One
Pat,
for
so-
3. That's perfect. Well, thank you guys. You're
Thank you,
great. I
Lauren.
wish you
Love you.
so much success. So just kill it. And
Use this girl. She is fine. She's making dreams happen one loan at a time. And all I can say about that is, Pat Jira.
Next question.